Just overall thoughts on the match?
I think we started decent in the first half. Then after we got pinned back, we suffered a little bit, but then we ride it out, which was a good thing to see a little bit. Second half, I think we came on the front foot again, get 2 great goals. Again, critical errors that led to them coming back into the game. I mean, that should not happen, and I think that played part into this tie. It's frustrating. Normally, I'm not the one to speak about referees, but I'm not a referee expert. But in today's game, I think if it's two-footed from behind on hope, normally that's a red card. But I'm not a referee, so I can't judge it.
Thoughts on the red card that was given?
Well, I think that could have been avoided, especially when you're on a yellow. You don't need, when we 3-0 up, I don't see the reason why you got to go slide tackle into a keeper on a cross. I can understand if you are on a half and you're beaten in a 1v1, you don't want him to score that, but I don't understand that. And the first one should have been avoided if he continued to defend rather than waiting for the referee to give a foul or a free kick. And right after that, he was also lucky that he made a tackle which the referee spared him. So.
A lot of your next fixtures here are going to be here in Phoenix, and with a lot of away games following these few games, now it's your turn to have home advantage. Do you plan on taking full advantage of that against your opponents?
I think that's very clear that that's what you want to do. If you don't take full advantage of it, what are we doing?
Pa, I'm curious about sort of the setup once you go down to 10 men. Obviously difficult with El Paso needing to throw numbers forward and them needing to get back into this game. Were you happy with how deep your team was sitting, or were you trying? I saw at times you almost motioned the lines forward.
No, you always want to push the line forward, but it's just a natural reaction when you're down the man that you're a little bit under pressure. I think we're right. I think we rode the pressure well. What they had was crosses. I think like the second goal and the third goal is definitely avoidable, but it's hindsight, and but if you look at the overall, when you go down the man 40 minutes to play, it's different when you have 10 minutes to play or at least 15, then you can, but when it's 40, you down the man, and then right moment that we want to make the sub, we concede. So I think that played a part in there as well. But I think, credit to the boys, to go 3-0 up. It's painful for them, it's frustration for us as well as coaches and the club, but we got a game on Friday, so we cannot let this linger and hang.
And then I'm also curious about some of the changes in the second half. Was there ever any thought to introduce Remy or Forme onto the field to be that 9? Obviously, we saw Charlie move in there, and difficult to get involved in the game regardless of who you are.
Well, it was, but when you don't have no more subs, what can you do? And you don't have any moments, because the red card changes all the game. Right, so therefore you're going to need a striker that we chose to go with Charlie up 9 because we already made our subs that we needed to make in the game. So, and the subs did fantastic. MS came in, did fantastic. I think it was just those, I would say 3 critical errors, the red card and the 2 goals that cost us the draw.
Obviously, talking about the subs, that triple substitution you made, do you think that played at all into how the game played out from there? It felt like a lot of defensive players and it just kind of pumping the ball.
So what, you want me to go offensive when I'm a man down?
Is there a balance to that? Or?
Yeah, the balance is not to bring them back into the game. And it's not like they created much. It was 2 critical errors, 3 critical errors. It's not because of El Paso, it was because of us. It had nothing to do with the subs. So you would rather see Remy when you're down the man?
It was a very defensive set of substitutions, bringing off attacking players for some much more negative players.
At that moment we were 3-0 up. Down the man. You still want to go attack? Would you still go attack?
There's a balance to it.
I'm asking you, would you still go attack?
Not to the extent it was before, but there's a balance.
Would you have made that shot?
not to the extent.
Oh, exactly. So then, what is the question?
Did that play into just then the nature of the way the game played out there, where it was just kicking it long and
I
not
told you,
possessing the ball at all?
I told you, you're down the man. So how do you want to possess the ball down the man?
Was there any middle ground to that at all that you could have seen?
I'm asking you. How do you want to defend it? How would you want to defend it? Right? I need to make choices. Right? So my choices, I made it based off of what was going to help us win. Right? Your job is to look at, all right, exactly your question, but reframe your question. Because what you ask your question is what? You already know the answer.
So, yeah, when you look at the season at large, then you've had 3 games where you've given away multi-goal leads now at home. Is there any common thread between those games, or is it just 3 very unique games?
Every game is different. Was it the same games? Was it the same games?
And I'm asking you.
Well, you've seen the games. You're asking me about those 3 games. Were they the same games?
Well, no, they're 3 separate games.
There you go.
But was there a common thread between them?
Well, you said it. There's 3 different games. So what is the common trend? What is the common trend?
That's what I'm asking you. You're the manager of Phoenix Rising Football Club.
No, it seems like you are. Because what are you trying to get away with this question? There's 3 separate games. It can happen. Are we in charge of the results or the outcome? Isn't that's why it's football? That's why it's football, Owen.
Any other questions in a row?
So-
The first hour of the game, especially Isan being busy as a number 9. What was the sort of decision-making process there after Remy had played well last week, and maybe what did you see that you could get out of Isan in the 9 against this particular opponent?
No, Remy had a little knock.
Okay.
And that's the reason. Remy had a knock. So it was good to come off the bench until we made the critical error with the red card. So then what do?
What did you make, Pa, of Arase getting his first start? It sounded like maybe in midweek that I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to go more than 45 or
Yeah.
be able to be in the starting lineup. What did you make of his performance?
I think his performance was very good. Again, worked his socks off, held the ball as far as provided assist. You cannot ask more. From a player that just came to us. And he's going to be very important to us. So he's very happy with that.
And no Damien in the squad tonight. He wasn't training.
Yeah, because of the contusion that he had in the first half against Colorado. So he in the first half on the outside. I don't know if you remember. He went with the guy's knee, and then he was trying to train, which is great. He wanted to go and help his teammate, but he couldn't. And then it's then you rather let him rest for a week and come back maybe when the contusion settles down.
Is it sort of a week-to-week thing? I don't know much about contusions, to be totally
No,
honest.
no. He's doing very well. He
Okay.
trained today, so I think it's just a touch and go with him on that. It's going to be a touch and go, but hopefully he can, he can come back, and we're looking forward to having him back.
You obviously played once. How tough is that as a player to maybe kind of deal with the same exact issue? It seems like week in, week out, where it's like Damien, he had the long contusion for a while, and then he gets fit again.
Nah, it's tough. For a player, injury is the worst, especially when it's recurrent on the same issue for him. It's not something that you always want to deal with, but I think he's doing a great job managing it. Greg is doing a fantastic job together with Rafa, managing him and helping him. Devin as well, with giving him strengthening work. So I think he's progressing the right direction, But obviously, if you ask any player, no player want to deal with the knocks or injuries. That's just the reality of it. But dealing with it also helps you grow, develop, and get better.
Any other questions?
And then the decision late in the game to go to the back 5 for obvious reasons. Right?
Yeah.
You have the lead, you're down a player, you're looking to have the numerical opportunity back there. But
What did you see that may have gone wrong in between the lines with that back five in terms of marking some of their movements and they got the chances that they got through it?
Ask Owen, because he's the manager. He seems to have the answer for it.
But out of curiosity, even if he is the manager, what would be your thoughts as not the manager?
I mean, my thought was very simple. That's what I said to him. You're down at 3-0, you're up 3-0. A mistake happened, and we didn't lose the ball because of we went to back five. If you look at the goals, there were 2 goals where, like, we should have had, you know. So and again, the red card is, I think, that is the flipping point of the game. That is what changed the game. So for me as manager, I'm not looking at whether we went to back five or we went this. That is the key moment of the game, because that's what changed the game, that red card. Because if we didn't have the red card, it would be a different. We will sit here and have a different talks. But again, that's the beauty of the game, because you don't know what the outcome can be until it's happened. And because hindsight is always good. That is the best with having hindsight. You know, hindsight, you can always say, I can do this, I can do that. But in the moment, it's not easy. It's always easier to write and say about stuff. But when you're in the moment, that is the difference.